It's pretty
All
cool,
right.
actually.
Well, we can do a short roll call. Mark.
I forgot to breathe, sorry.
You're excused. Nick. Excellent. Coleman.
Let me skip a little bit. There we go.
Nathaniel.
Do you find these in advance?
No. When Mitch is like, let's do a roll call, I'm like, oh shit, I forgot. and then I find something.
All right, let me try the last one again.
What it is before.
Nathaniel.
It's not doing what I want it to do. Hello.
Oh, okay.
It would have been really funny.
Shot.
I'm not gonna
I
mess
hope
with
it
my
was
mic
dog
settings.
drinking water.
No, it was not. I'll read what it was called.
Okay.
Hold on. I have to figure out how to find my search. Because it's very. Wow, now I can't find it. It was like, wait. Yeah. It was like Japanese yo sound effect.
Yo!
Oh,
Yo!
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yo!
Yeah.
I mean, and it probably had like the like dun 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 dun.
Yeah.
Yeah, classic.
Hey,
Excellent.
I'm just posting that for you guys.
What the fuck?
I'm afraid to
It's
click
important.
it. Honestly.
Me too.
All right, I'll watch that afterwards. In the meantime, last time in the crawling dusk, bracing themselves against the doubled gravity, the group witnessed the black portal shrink to nothing behind them. In its charred remains, they were struck by a spectacle. Above them, congealed masses of ethereal white bodies writhed, as they mixed with terrains of all kinds, floating like islands. With their only known means of deliverance from this place gone, they did what they could to assess the immediate dangers of this burdensome realm. If stood still for too long, the ground would swallow them. If, for some reason, they offered a high five to the stream of arms, or came too close to it, those within would try to take them. Dimity's weave seemed far away, leaving those that relied on it in the group at a magical deficit. However, Fenro, now within the realm of his patron deity, Patch, felt his magic invigorated and bolstered. Additionally, Fenro did not sink when still, and could move freely, as he did on Velvet. Baggy wished to see everyone safely out of this planar predicament. She first attempted to take the deluge she'd acquired from Piff back at Autoclave, in the hopes that it would provide magic potent enough to help them. Alas, the magic seemed just shy of what she had in mind. Perhaps deluge could only do so much here in this distant plane. Better to save it for, I don't know, awakening a crab or something down the line. Something stuck out to her then, as she traced the lines of the lingering circle. The buyer's rune that she'd done so much to acquire had vanished from these remains. Baggy had seen many circles go awry, and the remnants of each of them were identical to that of the original every time. The buyer's rune must have disconnected from the circle, not vanished. If they could find it, they could activate the portal again and teleport properly this time. She hoped. Suddenly, a creature emerged from the river, a collection of interlocked limbs, surrounded by two large hands that formed a sort of organic shell. Hoisted by 10 fingertips, it skittered its way onto shore, and started shaking a number of the passing hands.
Oh, I see.
So I was gonna try to see if I could find a song for for this part.
The Sands theme. No,
No,
not that one. Nope, not that one.
Do you know what that one was?
Was that the Turtles in Time song?
No. It was
I
Who,
thought
who
it-
down thumbered it?
Oh,
Can't believe you, Nathaniel.
Why not?
I thought you were doing that down, down,
Bro, sometimes this really hits the spot.
down.
Yeah,
and I don't like it.
You don't like old school Kevmo? Just fucking great crush.
Guys, what is happening?
I like
What's
this.
going on, dude?
I like this. We're talking about music.
Yeah, can we play P4 Reincarnation?
I don't think it fits here.
What's it called? Yeah, it
I'll
is. Like,
face
dude,
myself.
Yeah, I'll face myself.
To gauge its
copyright.
intent, Baggy waved and called to another that shortly surfaced across from her. Pausing its dealings, it raised a hand to wave back, then motioned for her to come closer. As a precaution, Fenro approached the one crouched at the riverbank instead, and found that it spoke in a laid-back and welcoming tone, an unexpected accent to its abyssal tongue. It described to Fenro its purpose here in the abyss. A servant of Diosel Deus, tasked with shaking hands and making deals with the fallen, ascribing them relief in exchange for whatever they had left to offer. Thankfully, Fenro had enough to bid for the whereabouts of the missing rune, shelling out some Goidelsbrand rock candy and a Salty Dan's seafood shack mounted singing fish. With a fingerful smile, the demon reached its center hand out and accepted Fenro's deal readily. The rune lay close by, housed in the second of the two ruined buildings beyond the river. To cross the river, they brought Jumbo, the reborn giant, to fling them safely to the other side. He leapt over to meet them, and the group approached the front ruins with caution. A demon, hefty and wrapped by arms, stomped into sight, clearly looking for more limbs to add to its body. The group attempted to sneak behind the lumbering mass and lost their stealth. It called out, "Finally, something good to eat. Underlings, seize them!" They identified the monstrosity as a lug demon, an abyssal collector of magical and literal arms. This lug and its lesser demons stand between our heroes and their arcane lifeline. We join our heroes here, as they fight against gravity pressing down atop the weight of their peril.
I've seen that coming. I love that.
What is the fucks?
What is the fucks?
All right. It is go time. Sawyer, what do you do?
Sawyer, I take a shot from the
Is now
bush.
the best time to be drinking?
Yeah. A lemon drop.
I'm fucking funny.
Cringe.
A 14 misses.
I
You
already
see-
know.
Yeah, you see as the crossbow bolt fires out, and it sticks into its body, but it seems to just not even phase it, as one of the hands just crushes the arrow and flicks it, kind of scatters it off to the side.
If I try to duck back into the bush, will it see me?
You can attempt to hide.
Is that a bonus action?
Oh wait, only I think only rogues can hide with their bonus action.
Yeah, that is
Yeah,
a
probably.
bonus action for rogues. And I think goblins, actually?
Yes.
What about tieflings with wings?
No.
Okay, I'm gonna have George head up and attack him.
All right. Monkey approaches big lug demon.
Maybe he'll do something.
That does not hit either.
That is.
So as George stomps forward and rears back a mighty fist. But when it lands, it simply kind of bounces off the meaty arms that are flexing and shifting throughout its body.
Can I use a free action to spit at him?
Yeah.
I will try to hit him from my position.
All right. Roll me just a, let's see, D20 plus Constitution.
So, roll Constitution.
Yeah.
Okay. Fuck.
All right. You don't get it there.
Damn. Alright, that's my turn.
Lands about halfway.
Swear, what the hell, man? Why'd you just spit on me?
And it goes over his shoulder. All right, and that brings us to the top of the round, where you all notice this guy crawl out from the arm. This area is more like an arm lake. You also notice this one crawl out here. And then one more back here. And just so you know, these are the Deal's demons, right? They showed no hostility before, and you gauge that they show no hostility now. But there may be something that you can do with them that could aid you in this fight.
Make a deal or
We
something.
can make them hostile.
Oh, Coleman, too smart for your own good, man.
So, question: if we managed to get all their hands to stop holding each other, would they fall apart and die?
It would reveal their true form.
Oh,
Which is actually just a koala. It's like just a regular
You weren't
ass
supposed to know
koala.
No, they look like shockingly like Skippy.
Bro,
Skippy
that's
is a deal
demonic on its own. He's a fucker of the highest degree.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah. So all that to say though, there is a certain mechanic that can be introduced if you go over or try to speak with the Deal's demon. And know that each of you can speak with them, I think, from where you are.
And would you count that a free action, bonus action? What type of resource we talking here?
It would be the free action, the free
Okay.
the free one that comes with like assessing something or talking to someone.
Gotcha, so like
yeah.
instead of our check,
Sure.
gotcha.
Yeah.
forgive me if I forget, but don't they speak Abyssal?
No, they can telepathically communicate otherwise.
Oh, okay. I couldn't remember.
I could.
I know.
I wasn't here.
But
so-
weren't you the one who talked to them anyways?
Yeah, I talked to them in Abyssal
Yeah.
before we knew that, and then he was like, yeah, so thanks for speaking Abyssal. I hate telepathically communicating to shit.
Yeah. He was more just grateful for the chance to speak his native tongue.
Yeah, he's happy to be able to, like,
Wait, he has a tongue?
yeah.
Yeah, abyssal tongue.
yeah.
All right, Baggy, it is your turn.
Shibs, it's me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Baggy starts transforming.
Baggy dies.
Their
Baggy-
like
Baggy's gonna
transformation
die.
song is just
Baggy coughed out blood.
oh no.
Baggy gonna die because I'm actually fucking mortal with my lowered con.
No, do you know that God made me unkillable?
Did you know God left me unfinished?
Did you know God made me ungovernable?
Yo.
Did you know God is nothing to a New Yorker?
What is? That's
That's what
What
the
is-
Ninja Turtle said!
what is a mob to a king?
A
What is
Ninja
a
Turtle
king
said
to a
that?
New Yorker?
In Injustice.
Injustice. The Ninja Turtles are in
When-
that game, and
Yeah.
if they're fighting Darkseid's like, "You dare go against a god?" And then the Ninja Turtles just like, "What's a god to a New Yorker?"
Dude, it's so good.
It's the best video game line ever. It's so good.
It was Raphael, right?
I think so. It was Red. Who's Red?
That's
Yeah.
that's Raphael.
Raphael.
That's not Donatello.
Donatello's the purple one.
I know
Anyway,
Donatello.
So,
Yeah,
First
Raphael's
things
the one with the
first.
New York accent.
Baggy's gonna move over here.
All right.
Alright. And then
Wait
telepathically
a
talk
second.
to this bud. Oh,
Did you move along this path? I assume.
yeah.
Are you willing to take the
Oh,
hit from
those enemies? See,
these tubers? Yeah.
Those enemies.
I'm not fully filled in on that. I didn't realize those were goobers.
Motherfucking
Yeah.
anime.
So the only ones that
Okay.
are neutral on the map here
Are the Deals
yeah, the
demons.
Deals
Gotcha.
demons.
Black background
Okay.
good, white background bad.
Oh yeah.
Good to know. Well, let me think.
You can probably jump
Yeah.
the gap. The gravity's like really light in here.
Yeah.
Hey, Mitch. Could I do, something like this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Without any opportunities on that? Cool. Good, good. So then I'm gonna move there instead and telepathically talk to that guy still.
You did 15 feet, right?
Huh?
Was that
Of
30 or
movement?
15?
That was 30.
You all
That was
have
the full
half
30.
speed. You all have half
Oh, okay.
speed, aside from Fenro.
That's another
we have
bit I
just
did not
half-
know.
We just have.
Alright, cool.
travel
Then I'm
speed.
here.
Yes, so
instead.
the increased gravity of the abyss forces you to only be able to move half your speed.
Alright, cool. Just to make sure, am I fully caught up on everything of relevance now? Mechanically.
Let's see. Mechanically, let me just check
I want to make sure.
the traits of the abyssal plane here. The only other thing is Sawyer, when he tried to cast a spell earlier, he had to roll a Arcana check in order for the spell to even apparate.
Yeah.
Sawyer did
I remember
have
that bit,
check,
and
by the way.
that was because of where he gets his magic from, right? Like, Fenro was able to cast his no problem, right?
Indeed, Fenro's was in fact
So-
powered, enhanced.
Given the nature of my magic that I have, my limited magic, would you say it would be affected, or...?
It would be.
Okay. Good to know.
It's
Alright.
just to like so anyone that draws from just the magical weave, like wizards, I mean like you with limited magic, artificers, anyone like that is gonna have a hard time connecting with the weave. If it's
What about
divine
from the-
magic, it's a little bit different. There's a couple of different cases.
Okay, because yeah,
What
I
about
was
from the
wondering.
deluge?
The deluge is unaffected.
Okay.
The reason I was asking is because the way we had it flavored, at least, is Aggie's magic comes specifically from the magic imbued in the scarf. Which actually brings interesting mechanical questions if that's affected too. Because, you know, if that's affected and wonky, that's gonna pretty adversely impact her.
So my main question would be is it like a magic item where
Well,
like
it's
like
the-
the magic
remember,
comes
it's the
specifically
whole-
from that, or is it a sort of like a magical catalyst type of thing?
It's the whole living, where is it?
That's right, yeah.
Because you gave me the fragment. The fragment.
That's right. It shoot. Yeah, it comes from a living being. So yes, it would still be impeded. Yeah.
Okay. Now, is it itself impeded? Because that's basically a dialysis machine that Baggy's permanently on. And I'm just curious mechanically, how bad is Baggy doing, if so?
It's it is rough. Like the abyssal plane here in general, like the gravity's enhanced. You know, and on the small form of Baggy too. I imagine it is a great weight upon your shoulders. But then on top of that, yeah, if you have a reliance upon like a magical source for just surviving and living, yeah, you might be on a clock here.
Awesome. Let's go.
But you can feel the scarf fighting to keep that connection. So the connection is still there, I'd say. It's just you can tell like it's struggling to keep it.
All right. Well, with that all being checked out, now I'm gonna talk to Dealsy if I can.
All right, sure thing. What do you say?
I'm like, hey, well, so Fenro, did you relay? This is another thing. I'm not sure if it happened while I was gone or not. Did you relay like the whole deal situation with these guys?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna be like, hey,
That's how we got here.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Because I was like, hey.
He traded.
I mean, I don't
the
think I said it out loud,
fish,
but
Frankie the novelty fish.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be like, hey, Dealsy, you help us get out of this, alive, and I got something good for you. Specifically, I got a die fire orb.
So you're trying to trade a die fire orb.
I figured looking at what I got, that's about the only thing of value I actually have on me.
So it says, what is the material worth of this item? Or what is the sentimental worth of this item to you?
Sentimental, gonna be honest, very little. Material, it's quite valuable. It's legitimately just like a piece of like god stuff, you know, and that goes for a high price, high value item, as they say.
The body of a deity. Which one, if I might be so bold as to ask?
Is it? Oh, I gotta pull up the Pantheon real quick because I don't remember the exact name. No, it's Diadem. Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought,
Ayo.
but I want to make sure. Well, I knew it was Diefire Dinkus. I can't remember. 'Cause
Well, I
it's
didn't know if you
Daedem and
remember
Daedem.
Daedem and Daedem. Yeah.
I know Daedin. Dinkus.
That's what I said.
Fuck you. Anyway, Diadem specifically.
The moon deity of flow
Yeah,
in season,
first.
or rather flow in light. Excellent. I will accept this offer for 2 choices or 3 random selections. So, the deal here is that there is a D10 of things that you can do with this deal.
Okay.
You can either trade this Diefire Orb for 3 random selections, in which you would roll just a D10 3 times. Choose the person that it's going to affect before that happens. Then roll 3 times. Or you can do 2 of the effects, but you get to choose what the effect actually is.
Is there a list I'm able to see of like them before I decide one way or the other, or
Yeah,
am I going on face here? Okay.
I'm gonna chunk that into the chat.
Sounds gooch.
I'll throw it in that chat and also this chat too.
There you go. Okay.
Mitch, I just want to throw it out there.
What's up?
If you need another song, Duplis's theme from Paper Mario.
Duplis's theme from Paper Mario.
Yeah, the battle theme.
Yeah, no, feel free to throw out some music suggestions.
Just feels
Be happy
right.
to add it to
It's one of them spooky themes, you know.
is it spelled D-O-O-P?
Yo, I don't know if I can take a
DOOPLISS.
Yeah, it is D-O-O-P-L-I-S.
Yeah,
Bro,
they made it fill in the whole thing.
Oh, there's a Siva Gunner version. I'm afraid to click
Of
that
course
one.
there
that
is.
Mario Judah on the Siva Gunner one?
Oh, probably. I don't doubt it.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh goodness, that's some flavor that's got going on there. I'm on the wrong tab. There we go. Oh fuck you! You're mean, Mitch. You're mean. Cause like I'm trying to be quick here, and then you throw this at me, where one of the options is gain a feat for this combat, and you know I'm gonna be like, okay, so how do I use that in a stupid manner? Because Lord knows I can.
And everyone do be checking out. I'm okay if this, if this specific battle goes a little long. It's meant to be a little wacky.
Yo, second. Wait a second. Where is it? I know. There's one I'm actually thinking about, if I can remember where it is. Oh, is it not? Dang. I don't think it's here anymore. I think it might have been, UA. But there is one. Let's find it. Where is it? Fucking.
Dude, I miss TTYD.
Such a good game.
Hey, it's an alright game. Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. I'm joking.
Is there not an option to loop the playlist?
There is.
There is.
Wait, there we
That's
go.
what,
Oh, shoot, there we go. Sorry, yeah, I got
yeah,
it.
the loop at the top there is.
I was confused because when I hover over it, it says loop video, but that's what'll happen if I click it again. That's what
Yeah.
was throwing me off.
Yep. What is... I know these are pretty fucking wacky.
But yeah, just to give while you're thinking about it, just give like a general gist of what this wacky mechanic is. You can with your free action on a turn make a deal with one of these deal's demons, and this will grant you the opportunity to give advantages or disadvantages to advantages to you or your teammates, or debuffs to the enemy.
Wait, Mitch.
Yes.
What do you quantify as ability versus feat?
Ability would be on the side of the monster, right? A lot of creatures have a list of abilities.
Gotcha, so it'd be restricting one of their things.
Yeah, I'd say that's for the remove. Yeah.
Okay. That's actually very, very good then. And then I guess another question I have for you. Are we allowed to double dip?
It's gotta be different ones.
2 different ones? Okay. Cool. That's why I was asking. So then, what we are going to do is... let me see. Wait a second.
Can I make one of them a furry?
Wait a second, Mitch.
Yeah, I'd count that as an attribute.
Hey, Mitch.
Yes.
Mitch.
Yes.
I have a friend who is an ally that is a creature that is friendly towards me that just happens to be in the abyss.
I was wondering if you knew this.
Can I bring him in?
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Okay. So I think what I'm gonna do is do the pick 2. I'm gonna 1 increase my AC by 1, and then 2 I'm gonna summon Ping for 1d4 round.
Let's go. Let's go.
Damn.
So as you
2 rounds of Ping.
So as you see an arm stretches out from the deals demon, and opens a palm for you to place the die fire into.
I'm gonna toss it as good as I can, like from where I am, because I can't.
Oh no, I'm saying
Actually,
that like he reaches a hand.
Oh, he got
all the way.
extendo arms.
Yeah, no. From
Okay,
that
well,
middle
there he
area,
goes.
he unclasps those 2 hands in the middle, and one arm just like stretches out. And when that one runs out, another one grabbing onto the end of that arm continues it in a link until it reaches you. And it, gives into the weight a bit, and hefts it a bit to check the weight, and then pulls it in and says, "We have an accord." And you feel a bit of a resistance come over you. Some of the bits of your armor seem to harden as your AC increases. And so my question is, what side of the map would you like Peng to be summoned?
I'm thinking on this side. Opposite side of us, sort of flank 'em type deal.
All right, good deal. And now I need to jump back and grab those assets. Who would have guessed we'd be seeing them again, huh?
And this time entirely on our side.
Indeed.
Surf's up, baby.
Heck yeah. Let's see.
Yo, can we add Chicken Joe to the game next?
Chicken
Germa
Joe.
a creature?
Jerma's
from
here.
Surf's Up. Jerma is here.
But can't you like summon him again?
Yeah, I mean, I guess we could.
Just bring him over.
He's literally behind a building, like 20 feet to the left. Oh, he's massive.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah! It's paying.
Yeah, no, this is a literal lesser deity. It's the penguin god.
I think that should be a greater deity, but you know, who am I to say?
True, he is pretty great. I'll admit that. And then we're going to straight up put him onto the map layer. Otherwise, I'm not gonna be able to move stuff. All right, there we go. Although, hang on, this arm doesn't look quite right. I think it does need to be shifted this way. Yeah.
Hey, this is just a PSA real quick, because I feel everyone should know this. Water is very good.
Water is good.
Yummy.
Water is the bomb, yo. All right, let me hang on. Get his
Sorry.
character sheet.
I had a frog inside of my throat, and he made me burp.
You classic frogs. They're always doing that though.
Yeah, who doesn't these days?
Oh, here he is. Let me pull out his little token. You see his little token there? Let me roll his initiative. 23. Alright, did you roll that d4?
Yeah,
Did he-
too.
Oh, he crit! He crit on his initiative. Let's go. And that'll be 2 rounds, okay. So top of next round is when he will take his turn. But yes, so you see as the arms retract, you feel the armor bolstered, and then suddenly no portal opens, but instead you just see from that little sliver of the river the massive head of resembling Pi, the Pirate Island elder, with the huge glowing eyes, reach out his arms and lets out a huge rumbling, sort of cluttering sound from the deep in its throat. And it kind of gives like a finger gun over to Baggy.
Baggy sends it back. Like, pew pew.
All right, cool. So that was your free action. What are you doing with your action and such?
Well, about the only thing
Reaction,
I
become
really...
Summon a god. Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah, no. Orb well spent, IMHO. I'm gonna shoot a little, crossbow action at this guy. Because I don't like his face.
Who
All right,
does?
tight.
What?
Uh-oh.
That fucking damage, though.
The crit baby damage.
Yeah.
That's actually the worst, like, nearly the worst possible damage I could have rolled.
Oh, you're right.
1d2! I got a 1 and then a 2.
What a crit, though.
For
What
a
a
whole
crit.
5, baby. That is impressively bad.
Alright, you see as
It's
is
just like a normal.
it kind of just
damage
like
on the crit.
scars the side of the lip of the mouth that's on the hand, right? Like it flies over and kind of leaves just a slit down the side of the corner of that lip. as it bares its fangs at you and skitters around a bit in the recoil. All right, will that do? Bonus action.
Nope. Not this turn, at least.
All right, cool. We move to Germa. Germa sees this thing appear, and is gonna 5, 10, 15 run in the opposite direction. Only to and this is the first time you all are seeing Germa, as he kind of is. You see, there's
Forgot we didn't even know he was here.
Yeah, you see, there's like the tiny little bit of rubble here that's open. He's just past that point, so all of you are just seeing him in like the corner there, as he's running by, and then he is gonna go ahead and send a Eldritch Blast over at that same Maw Demon.
What if Germa just starts attacking the dealer demons out of fear?
Honestly,
He nearly did. He nearly did.
but then
that is
he
a
saw
hit.
one like help.
Yeah.
Let's see. That's all right. Booyah! He pulls out his little Fisher Price pistol. It charges up and patters against this demon's knuckles. You see the knuckles are all fried now. And then he puts his back against the wall and starts breathing heavily. Nearly
But he
going
doesn't
into a panic attack, but attempting to calm himself.
I think Germa's got to give it his all.
Oh, he's gonna. All right, Rod.
You know, his
Rodrigo.
back's against the wall.
Oh, back against
This is
the
his
wall.
final stand.
Are the odds stacked against him?
Oh yeah,
Bro, two
just a little
worlds are
bit.
colliding.
Actually.
I bought you that Bakugan game and you never played it.
Yeah. What do you want me to do? Apologize?
I want you to play it right now.
What do you want from me?
Rodrigo, you know what you're doing?
I don't know if I have anything to make a deal with.
You do.
I do?
Mm-hmm. I can
You
assure
look through all our stuff.
If you ask the demon,
You have a soul.
If you ask the demon what you could offer, it would tell you.
I have 2 brains in a jar.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Am I supposed to have 2 of those?
Wait,
Yeah.
no.
How did you get
I
two
think
of
you only
them?
have the one.
I know I've... Why do I have 2?
Unless
It
I'm
does-
remembering.
Found,
Found
you
wrong.
found an extra
Yeah.
one just laying around.
Yeah, you know.
Did I get another
can
one
do
on the ship? I didn't get another one on the ship, did I?
I know there was one on the ship. Oh, that's right. So there's one that is dormant. That's where Goy Fieri came from initially. And then there's the other one that you found that you put Goy Fieri into. So essentially, like, there's one brain in a jar that was like used up, and it's just like kind of dunzo. And then there's another one that you captured Goy Fieri in.
Okay.
Does
So I
that
do
make
have
sense?
2, but different. That makes sense.
Yes, but one is a dud, essentially. It's like, it's a used item.
Okay. I'm gonna talk to the deal demons.
All right.
This one, the closest one.
All right, cool. What do you say?
I'm gonna say, Hello. I'm here to make a deal.
Excellent. What deal would you like to make?
Can I have, just from a technical standpoint, can I have more than my maximum spell slots?
Yes, I think so, right?
There's not a lot of ways to gain spell slots outside of, like, recovery. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh,
there's
true.
not too many ones where they just, like, add spell slots on, so I don't even know if there's, like,
And
a precedent for it, so I think this is kind of your choice here, Boss Hoss.
is there a level that I'm restricted to?
Oh, of like what level spell slot to?
Yeah,
to
can I get
regain?
like a 9th level spell slot
Oh,
just that I
it's-
regain?
It's got to be the ones that are in your wheelhouse.
Okay.
You can, yeah, you can just suddenly
You
gain
don't
a
get
9th
new
level spell
spells, but you
slot.
get
I'm
a
sorry.
9th level spell slot.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Well,
I'm
Spell slot, but no
that would
spells.
still be
The
pretty
thing is,
strong.
yeah, even if you got the spell slot, you don't know any 9th level spells.
No, but I know
just-
He
spells
can
that I can
cast-
count.
cast it.
Yeah,
Oh,
can't cast
oh,
inflict
that's right.
wounds at 9th
Guiding
level.
bolt at 9th level just for shits and giggles.
Oh
But I
my God.
can't. That's why I asked.
Hey, it's okay. That's okay.
I thought that would be funny.
Hey, let the man 9 level spell.
Yeah.
You know what? I would love to get an extra action this round.
Heck yeah. All right. So it speaks out and says, "Well, if you're unsure of what to trade, my friend, I know what I could gain from you. Be it gold or be it life itself." So it's basically offering you to either take hit points from you for the deal, or simply take gold pieces.
For a second, I thought you were going to make him all sound like Christopher Walken, and I was very excited.
Hey, what's going on? Hey,
I have a deal
Hey,
I could
have
make
a
for
deal
you.
here. And I could honestly, I could make him sound like Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I mean, can he
Be
just
a
sound like
gold
what it? He
or
knows what you
light.
want him to sound like, and that's what he sounds like to
Actually,
make
yeah.
it like,
Just in my head.
you know,
To make the
You know,
deal
he's
happen.
just-
yeah, actually,
yeah, he's good at glarketing. He knows what you want.
Hey, so you can
You
can
watched the new
offer me
video?
life, or you could offer me
Which one?
some gold. It's really up to
Patriarch?
you, you know.
Yeah, he puts him out a lot.
It's a lot
Yeah.
better. Thank you.
I don't know which new one you're talking
Now,
about.
what would that cost, gold-wise?
But there's costs for all kinds of the things, but if you just want one choice, it's about 5 gold, you know.
Okay, easy. Easy, 5 gold.
All right, cool. Go ahead and cross that off.
Gold.
Again, you see the two hands in the center unfurl, and one arm reaches out, and when that arm ends, another one continues to press it forward until the empty palm reaches you. And
Okay, I give the gold.
you scatter the pieces into the hand, and it again hefts the weight, kind of tosses it up a little bit. You hear the clank of the coin, and then it clasps the hand and pulls it back in, and you feel a surge of energy, as though you could do something more this round.
That's crazy. What a feeling. I'm gonna,
I got a feeling.
I end my turn.
What a what a fucking move! What a move that would be! Never let me know your intentions. Never let me be able to guess your next move.
Man, what a feeling. I end my
That being
turn.
said, well, I feel great. I'm gonna end my turn while I'm ahead.
I got too much to lose.
That being said, I'm gonna cast 2 second level guiding bolts.
Oh, let's go! All right.
I'm Hope it does it. I hope it actually casts at a second level.
Over
It
at
has
the
been
big
asking
man.
me that. Yeah, over the big dude. I don't want to do that. I'm not going to do them both at the same time.
Wait, why not?
That makes sense.
Because I don't want it to do one and then it not be effective. And then I just did them both and I don't have any actions.
That's fair.
So
So
it's important to note that I'm not doing them both at the same time.
Okay,
That
definitely
would be
do them
kinda
one
funny.
at a time.
There is an intention to do another one later if it works out.
Yes. Given the results are what I would like.
That's
Are you
pretty
gonna let
funny.
me? Are you gonna let me cast it? No. Okay. It's
Ooh.
not giving me the option to cast at a different level. Although that's supposed to
Did you have it set up? Actually, I can check on your sheet. You may just not have the bit of at higher levels set up, and it won't allow you to like cast it if not. So I
damage
can
That's
check
just the
that for
damage
you.
difference too, right? I can just add another. What is it,
Yeah,
D8?
so it's increased by
D6.
1d6.
Okay.
Okay.
For a 46,
here you
got
go,
a
I got
5,
you.
a 4, a 5, and then a 1.
Yeah.
Other than the 1, that's some good rolls on that.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
honestly.
Does a 23 hit?
23 big time.
No.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna test this out real quick, just to see if I got it working.
What the?
Nope. Okay, it did not.
Okay, so I'll just add a D6 to it then.
Oh,
Yeah.
Rod. I need you to roll a
Oh,
faith
because
check.
we're under.
Oh,
Yes.
Arcana.
A faith
Yeah.
check.
A faith,
No,
not
this,
Arcana.
This would not be Arcana
So
for you.
religion?
This is faith.
Yeah,
I
that's what it
think-
said.
I think religion handles it. What is your religion modifier? It's the modifier on the religion.
Oh, it's 5.
5. Yes. Roll me a religion check. A
Down
faith
there.
check.
Dumb answer for me.
Okay.
Can I
Oh.
get advantage on that?
What? Oh, what?
That doesn't.
Oh, I mean,
change, like,
so this one does. It goes through.
Oh, word. Okay,
Barely.
so
But yes, you feel.
I
and
see it's a
maybe,
50-50.
maybe for a second, yes, indeed. Maybe for a second, there's like a moment where your faith falters, and the power that you draw from Nap, for a second, you don't feel Nap there. With being a cleric, right? Most of the time, you feel Nap's presence, right? Like his presence, almost like in your subconscious. Him being the god of sleep and dream. He kind of just lingers there most of the time, and you can sense the presence of that deity whenever you doze off or have a daydream, right? But here, it's almost gone, right? That feeling, that sense of being able to just kind of zone out and have a daydream is not present. You feel as though you almost can't, right? Your focus is too great. Your adrenaline is rushing too heavily, and for a second, yeah, you think that it's not there at all, but then sends out the green blast.
The Green Goblin.
It's your powers are green, right? Or
Yeah.
okay. All right. I mean, you can specify it, but from what I remember, the last one was green.
Yes.
And it goes out and or wait, no, you do a feathered pillow. Sorry. Right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's yes. I was trying to remember if that was my weapon or not. I think that's the guiding bolt's a pillow.
No. Okay. How do I?
Word. Yeah, because then once the feathered pillow reaches back, slams against the form as the arms try to tear out and rend through the pillow itself. The feathers scatter and begin sticking into all the points that it is vulnerable. Now go ahead and roll me the next action.
Wow.
Ignore my shitty guy bolt rolls on
Oh.
your sheet. Sorry. I'm trying to fix that fucking higher level cast for you, but I can't figure it out. I'm gonna Google.
Word. I'm gonna do another guiding bolt. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. You want me to do the Arcana
Tight.
check the core?
Yeah, go ahead. Religion.
Yeah. It's the same thing.
Nice. In the grand scheme of things, one of those of like, I think some of the deities do still draw their power from
is
the
that
weave
it?
itself. Dude, you know that AI art thing that I've been messing
Yeah.
with? I put in imagine playing Fortnite and drinking cola. Yippee.
Oh,
To see
hell
what
yeah,
it,
what'd you
see
get?
what it would pop out. Yeah, they're like
Was
a
that
landscape.
literally?
It's kind of like a neon, like Fortnite, colorful landscape with a big old
Aw,
cola bottle.
That's so cute.
It was
And it
kinda
had a
cool.
German kid.
Sadly, no German kid. I wish.
What?
It's not
think
quite
I
that
might have
smart.
Fixed.
It's a 21 hit,
I
21
fixed it.
hits, yeah.
so that's
Most definitely.
16 damage.
16 damn damage.
Oh, dang.
That's promising.
Okay, so the first one was 15
19.
plus 4, so 19, and then another 16.
By the way, Nathaniel, I fixed it. You can now higher level cast that.
Oh, thank you so much.
That's 35 damage in one round. Nicely done.
Yeah.
That's not a god summon though.
Ping.
Well, I don't happen to know any gods like that.
See, that's the thing. I do.
He's with Nap. Excuse
Wait,
me.
Yeah, but what
That is
okay?
friendly towards you.
Does that
right?
count?
That's the thing. I know Pedge, and I'm like concerned to bring him here because these are probably his little dudes.
But isn't the whole thing about like
Dude, he's
making sure
fucking
that Nap
turning-
doesn't
It
like?
does say summon an enemy to aid you. Patch just is it your enemy here?
Just bring the spider here.
Summon ally or enemy to aid you. So, sorry, if you bring an enemy, it will not aid you.
Yeah.
You just bring an enemy for extra
I
difficulty.
apologize that the wording is weird there.
Yeah,
Oh,
honestly,
that's
I just like the
why-
challenge.
That's why
you know,
I'm
just
saying
open
if you summon Patch and neither his guys, he just turns on you.
Or he tells them, "Hey, knock it off," and he gives them little slaps on the wrist, and they stop it.
He goes, "Hey, forget about it," and then they all.
So do these dealers count as friendly towards us right now when we make a deal with them?
Yeah. Wait, I don't know if they're friendly at that point,
They
but they're
are-
definitely neutral.
They're neutral.
But like when you make the deal, they become happy and therefore friendly, right?
What are you trying to get at?
Summon a friendly creature.
You want to summon
What are you
another
trying to summon
Deals
one of
demon? Or summon
Oh,
that Deals
I mean
demon?
that. I mean that, or just pay him to fight for me, whichever one's easier.
Huh. Okay.
I'm probably not
Okay.
gonna do it. I'm just talking about theoreticals.
I will. I think for like I believe that it is not an ally in technical terms, so it would not work that way.
Damn. Okay. I was just a little curious.
Should have made friends with that lich.
Yeah.
Hmm? Good old Kemgravin Kinnear.
Can I just summon the
I end my
Ew.
turn, by the way.
what's his name?
Oh, good deal. Yeah, you dealt some hefty damage to him. You realize some of the arms are sort of just melting off the side, where it's been seared through. And now we come to Fenro.
Yeah.
Also, I want to make this
Alright.
known right now, real quick. After my turn, I'm probably gonna head to bed because I do go in early in the morning.
Gotcha. Yeah, thanks for hanging in there with the slower pace of the battle. I appreciate you being
no
here, man.
problem.
I'm
I'll
gonna
wait for
do-
my turn and then head out.
I'm gonna do a similar deal. Let me.
He's just gonna copy me because it was a good move.
Yeah, it was a good move, but I have a slightly different idea. I'm going to hit up a Deals Demon
Hey,
in
yo, what up?
Abyssal. What's up, Deals Demon? I
Yo, what
want an extra action this turn, please. And thank you. I got 5 gold
It's
for you right
look
here.
who it is. I'll take that. All right.
All right, baby.
Hey, and the arm, the hands uncollapse, the arm unfurls, and the money is exchanged. And you feel that same rush come over you, as though you could act in double time, right? You have essentially a hasted action here, moving at the
Alright.
speed of light.
What does this look like to anybody watching?
Like, have you seen the kind of like film renditions of when somebody's in super fast mode?
You mean like X-Men?
No,
Yeah.
like over the edge.
Or yes, yeah.
That's the same. Isn't that the same thing?
Or like,
it is only one. It's a squirrel.
like Amphibia.
Yeah, and that makes it better.
Yeah,
Okay.
inherently.
Gotcha.
And because he drank a soda, not because he has superpowers, which is inherently
Yeah.
more
No, it was coffee,
more
wasn't it?
realistic.
Coffee.
It
Was
was
it?
coffee.
Yeah.
I thought it was an energy drink. Oh no, it was coffee. You're right.
Yeah, it's coffee.
All right. My first action is going to be Path to the Grave. So next hit takes double damage
Yo. All right.
on
Yo.
big mans,
You've left him vulnerable. Okay.
and then I'm gonna hit him with my own guiding bolt. Or actually, wait. Let me check something real quick. I have to be touching for that, right? And also, I don't know if that would work. Necrotic damage doesn't seem like the best choice here.
me
Yeah.
see.
So I'm gonna just do guiding bolt.
It's one creature you can see within 30 feet.
Oh man. Wait, let me check real quick. I already used that.
Okay. So he's
mean,
still
call.
cursed.
Yeah.
One, he's still cursed, but two, the creature has vulnerability, which would, by the wording, imply that if he had resistance to necrotic, it doesn't matter. He has vulnerability instead.
Ah. I see.
Oh, it doesn't cancel out. It just makes it so now he's vulnerable entirely.
Yeah,
Oh, interesting.
Oh, that is interesting.
based on the wording there, because it says the creature has vulnerability. It doesn't say like unless it is resistant. So that's
Yeah.
just flat out like.
So
Which makes
whereas
it incredibly good.
whereas normally the arms of the abyss that come to aid you, Fenro, are very obvious and come forth readily in those guiding bolts, pointing very obviously to the points at which it's weak. You notice that some smaller arms almost
Wait, I'm real
sneak
quick.
their way into the folds of these arms, ready to catch the damage and spread it.
I'm curious about the mechanics here. For my spells, am I getting advantage or am I just doing extra damage with them?
Your spells are empowered, not
Okay,
not
not
extra
advantage.
accurate. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Bigger bolus. Still
Um, Yeah.
Indeed.
And then,
In fact,
I
I
will-
almost think about this first one as like the power from this guiding bolt is unlike anything you've felt before, and it's effortless too, right? Usually you have to, focus hard and summon this this bolt of energy to then summon something from another plane, right, to come forth to point at the weaknesses, right? It's a tasking spell, right, for you to pull off. But in this case, it charges instantly and like it fires off and ends up just going up to one of the islands above you and kind of puttering out.
all right. Well, in that case, I am going to After having done all that, I'm going to use bonus action. Actually, who's next? Jumbo? Jumbo might be able to do a big fat hit. Actually. I'll let whoever attacks next deal with that. I'm going to, since I think I'm going to be the one having the easiest time getting across this river, I'm going to start heading down to where I was told the rune is.
All right. Cool. Good deal. You end your turn there?
1 second. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, we're good.
All right, cool. And you did 2 actions, right?
Yeah, I did, because Path to the Grave is 1 action.
Gotcha. Okay, I see.
And I think I'm gonna be like telling Rod, I think the rune's in that building back there. I'm gonna be headed down. Y'all try to hold off that big old demon thing.
All right. Jumbo hears you and says, "You got it."
10-4.
10-4. As he moves not very far. Let's see. He can go 5, 10, 15. You can get to here.
Big
Shoot. He is, I think he's out of range. Let me check though, to be sure. He's out of range, so he will take... Oh, he has a movement of 20. Nice. Then he'll take the dash action to just step right in front of these. Yes, he is. He's a big fella.
Damn.
Got big legs. He's gonna step right in front of Baggy here to hold off this little line of enemies. And then we come to Abyssal Wretch's turn. This one will lash out at Jumbo. At a 12, that just hits. Oops. I do not have... I'll have it set to roll damage. This next one will just be for damage. 7. Alright. So you see as he braces, as he slides into place, and these arms start stretching out from the ground and digging in their nails into his reborn skin. So that's what that one's doing. Let's see, this one will move here. 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 Here.
Oh.
And here. Alright, cool. That's all they can do. Alright. Sawyer!
Who?
I was just saying RAR. XD.
Rawr.
XD needs to come back. Thank you for doing your part, Mitch.
Yeah, it really
You're
does.
welcome.
I'm
Happy
taking
to.
another shot.
Alright, sweet. Let's see it. No
Fuck.
deals with the deals demon?
No, I'm too tired. I got to go.
Okay.
I missed a shot. George is smacking. Dude.
Alright, shoot. These rolls. Ooh.
Damn.
Same
Nick,
deal.
what happened? Did you do like a deal with the bad deals demon? Cause your
Can I-
luck, it's gone.
Yeah.
Can I remove
Yeah.
the stab from Germa?
Yes, technically.
Okay. I end my turn. Good night.
Alright.
Love you guys.
Love
Good
ya.
night.
Good
Sleep
night.
tight, man. Good luck with work.
Thanks, man. Bye-bye.
Alright, so here's my question. Since it's only 3 of us, we're missing 2 members. Do we want to maybe go through to the top of this round and hold off, or maybe go a couple more
there's
rounds?
1 character left, or I guess 2 characters left.
Yeah, we might as well finish the round, I think.
Yeah, I think we should go through, at least finish it up.
Yeah, just finish this one and call it there.
Yeah, we should at least finish the round, I think.
Absolutely. Yeah, my question was to either finish the round or move on to like the next one. Do 1 round or or 2.
Actually, wait.
Yeah, I
can
think
we
we should
wait
finish
for
the round.
Fine? Because I just thought he may want to summon a friend.
Yeah.
Because with the deal options he's got, I'm sure he'd have something good known about him.
We can move him to the top of the turn order.
Yeah, can we delay his turn, actually, and just do Grands? Or Franz, face hands? I don't know where the R's coming in on that name, but you know.
Ram.
The Maw
Sounds
Demons.
right.
The Maw Demons. The Maw Demons.
On the mall.
The Maw Demons, we could go ahead and sling through their turns.
And then just delaying a Bodhi to top of the order, and then just start with him when we get back.
Yeah.
Let me just...
Oh yeah.
Alright, cool. Yeah, that would actually be good to get the enemies turn out the way, honestly.
It'd make the first
Maw Demon, that
make the first round
misses.
next session a lot smoother.
Definitely.
Oh yeah,
definitely.
for sure.
Let's see.
And
Bro,
next
I just
session is obviously
realized-
gonna go quicker.
That Die Fire ore was apparently worth jack shit.
Apparently, I was gonna message you like, damn, you could have just given him 5 gold, and you gave him all
10
orb.
gold is what it essentially came out to.
Yep.
Did it?
Yep. You got rolled. You got rolled.
You got gypped.
I mean, that's fine. Whoa! You can't say that.
What, can I not say that?
No,
That's a racial slur.
Oh shit!
You can't say that, man. That's like, it's not with any racial slur. It's the same. It's the same.
I did miss it.
Cut that out.
All right, I can.
I didn't
yeah,
know.
I can mute the end of the VOD. I guess.
That's why it's my favorite. It's my favorite one, but you can't say it ever. It's completely normalized.
Is that really a racial slur?
Yeah, it comes from gypsy, which is a race of people.
Well, no, it specifically even that is like technically not politically correct. Yeah, Romani
no,
is the proper
yeah.
term, right?
Oh, Romani is
Yeah.
one of the terms. It's like saying Viking.
Well, yeah.
It's like, okay, do you mean Danish? Do you mean Finnish? Do you mean Swedish? It's like, yeah, it's
Yeah.
a broad term, but gypsy means those
But
group of
that
people.
specific term is like ripped off as derogatory towards gypsies.
Yes,
Like,
Oh,
yeah.
absolutely it was.
hang on. Hold up, sorry. The Maw Demon's turn
That's
was
a
not
fun
done.
fact for you today.
There you go. It's a really fun fact. And then nobody talks about it.
Yeah. That's why a lot of people don't realize the connection there.
Fenro, you hear this demon speak to the Deals demon.
They're making deals.
And the Deals demon reaches out, grasps the hand, since it is simply just made up of a hand. But as soon as it grasps to do a shake, it whips around and smacks the Maw demon around and sucks it into its form violently and kind of terrifyingly. You didn't really realize that the Deals demon had this kind of ferocity to it. And sure enough, it is completely gone and consumed into the Deals demon's form. And you see as some of the wounds on this big boy are healed.
Oh no. Oh man.
Beans.
Darn.
Let me just make sure I'm reading this right. Okay. So let's do...
Double beans. That's
And
nearly
then-
all the damage.
And then it is going to... Let's see.
Wait, there's a red in the 15.
Yeah, because one of the rolls was a minimum roll.
Yeah.
Go.
I'll do
I
one
mean,
more
he
of
still
those.
rolled pretty dang good.
Yeah.
3? Bro, that's all the damage.
There we go.
Is
I'm
that-
glad.
is
I'm
that
glad I
back to
did that.
max?
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
I did-
raise...
wait.
I think it's over that even.
Uh huh. A little bit.
Gotcha. Well, it can't go over, but it does get full healed
Well, yeah,
due to the
but-
sacrifice
yeah.
of its minion.
I
but
mean,
this
but
does
also we
reveal-
got Pang.
Yeah, we got minion we could sacrifice.
was sacrifice Pang. Pang just goes, "I got you guys."
That would be the saddest. That would be the saddest part of the whole campaign.
Dude.
If we sacrificed like
Stay,
a lesser
I go.
god just for
Aw.
one combat.
Dude. Then it's going to raise
No
the AC
following.
of this goober by 1.
How selfless of that demon, though. Honestly,
Yeah,
what a
really.
champ. If only we had some hand demons that we could
Hey,
convince it.
Yeah,
Mitch,
it's actually kind of
question
unfair that
for
we
ya.
don't have any.
What's up?
Yeah.
Where would you, or like, would you say mechanically I would be able to say sacrifice vitality?
Did you say I could use the spell
literally
sacrifice?
give
Is that a spell?
health or like stat temporarily, just like as part of a deal? Curious.
So drop your stat by 1 this combat to gain one or the other. Like essentially
yeah,
trade. Essentially a trade rather than a purchase, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I believe yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It
That's
depends
up for
on
next
on
time
the
deal.
deals demon,
Like,
but
yeah.
I'm thinking that could be bartered. Yeah. That could be bargained. But yeah, so here we will end the session. It's a shorter one. It appears that our friends are now in the midst, the thralls of battle. They have messed with some of the wacky mechanics from the deals demon. Rod invigorating himself and firing off 2 blasts in 1 turn. Fenro rushing to try to locate the rune in time before things spiral too out of control. Our heroes have realized now that the enemy is able to make deals same as them. What could this spell? They do have a god on their side. The patron deity of penguin folk itself. What will happen in the next session? What more will go down? Find out next time in the crawling dusk. Well, thank you all for playing in my game.
Oh yeah,
and thank you for being patient with these new mechanics and kind of working with me on them, frankly, because I did think that it would be a fun mechanic to toss in. However, I understood that it would probably lengthen the battle.
Yeah, no.
Worth it.
I think it's
it's
good we waited.
good. I think lengthy
time.
battles are fine if you have those sort of like mechanics in them that give a little flavor to it.
Yeah.
Lengthy battles that are just lengthy battles suck, but lengthy battles
yeah.
because they've got interesting mechanics, big thumbs up, big fan.
Oh heck yeah. Well, thank you. And yeah, that's where we'll at least end the recording here. Any final thoughts?
Sounds good. Nah, not for the recording.
I miss Jerma.
Oh, me too.
Where is that guy?
He's here. He's gonna be fighting alongside you. Maybe he'll summon like some of the people from his multiverse. He summons like, what is it, evil
Yeah, can you summon
Jerma,
Glue
or-
Man?
Yeah, he summons Glue Man, dude. Heck yeah.
Glue Man's a minor deity, like a really minor deity of glue.
Yes.
Of adhesive.
Adhesives.
I love that.